Hey guys, welcome to another one of my Driven Autosports how-to videos. Today we're going to be talking about business. I want to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to attract clients, how to make sure that you're busy all the time and that you're never waiting for business to come through the door, because without business we have nothing. Regardless of your skill, if you can't sell it, you're not going to be making much money. And I've learned this the hard way over the years, so I want to share my experiences and my time of hard learning with you. So stay tuned and watch this. Okay, so tip number one, don't focus on the small fish, okay? If we're fishing in the marketplace, don't go door to door, so to speak. So in this line of business, you don't want to be the guy. For example, if you're doing the glass business, you don't want to be the guy in parking lots leaving your business card on vehicles that have broken windshields that you've noticed and hoping for them to call. You don't want to do that. That is a recipe for failure. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because you're chasing after small fish. You're going to get a business that will not be returned. People may come back, they may recommend you, but it's all small numbers, okay? We want to focus on catching a big fish that will then have babies, so to speak. And you catch a big fish and you protect that fish until it has offspring. And the way that we do that is we go after the big companies, okay? Whether you're doing powder coating, whether you're doing stone chip repairs, if you're doing auto glass repairs, focus, or in other related businesses, focus on companies, not individuals. And what'll happen is, I'll give you a quick example. Let's say I focus on a mechanic shop, okay? So I go, and instead of going car to car in parking lots, or putting my ad in classified ads looking for individuals to come to me, I go and seek businesses like a mechanic shop, for example. And I gain the mechanic shop's business. Well, what's happening now is that every time that mechanic shop gets in some business that requires glass, I am the glass guy. So my company is the service provider for that. And that is now my hub. So what I've done is I've catch that fish once, and that fish is producing offspring, so to speak, with all their customers that are coming in daily and weekly and monthly. And what'll happen is you keep getting those calls every week, but all you have to do is maintain that one fish. You're not constantly seeking new business. And when you start multiplying that, so when you have 5, 10, 15 mechanic shops that exclusively use your company for the services, and then you have the same thing with body shops, the same thing with car dealers, it really expands. So now what'll happen is, and it takes some time to grow, but not that long, surprisingly, what'll happen is every single vehicle that goes into every single one of these shops, if they have a broken windshield, it's as if they're all driving through your shop and you're not even doing anything. You don't even have to have your doors open. They're doing all the sales for you. They'll call you and they'll be like, how much for a windshield for a 2000 Honda Civic, for example? And you give them the price, and when you catch the bait, the people say, okay, go ahead, price is great, can't wait to do it. You've got the business. And it's return business week after week, month after month. That's the trick, especially with stone chips. If you go after the individuals, you're going to be chasing them, you're going to be catching some, but then you're constantly chasing just to catch that one-time individual versus chasing the companies, which then, once you catch them, they are your salesmen, they're your hub, and they provide you endless amounts of work. So that's trick number one. Now, or tip number one. Tip number two, once you get in on one of these companies, do not be greedy, okay? Make sure you treat them not like you understand the value of them and you treat them accordingly, because a single shop can send you thousands of dollars of work monthly. If they're a busy dealership and they're constantly calling you, you got to make sure that you're very involved even if it's not physically, that you're constantly reminding them of the company, constantly thanking them, bringing donuts, bringing coffee, things like that, to maintain that relationship and to keep you on the top of their mind. So if a competitor goes in to try and snatch them, they'll immediately feel threatened instead of curious, because they'll be so happy with you, and the relationship will be on such a great level that they'll feel like they're almost cheating on you to give the business somewhere else. That's what you want, and that's the goal. And you can only get that by working on the relationship. Just like any other relationship, it needs that effort, and it needs a constant effort to show your appreciation. Now, the next thing is, let's give an example for, let's say, powder coating, okay? Now, when it comes to powder coating, same concept, okay? Don't go after simple businesses. Go after manufacturing companies, go after artwork companies, go after businesses that are constantly growing. And what'll happen is that you'll find that your company will keep growing just by their efforts. I'm going to give you a great example, okay? Check this out. Here's an example. See these parts here? That's an auto parts manufacturing company. It's new to me. The company is fairly new, but the owner is extremely passionate. So what's going to happen now is that the passion and the drive of that company owner and the people involved with the company, as they're busting their ass and they're having late nights and they're working hard and they're growing their business, it's as if I am doing the hard work and busting my ass and working late nights, because as they're growing and they're marketing and advertising and working late nights to build these pieces, every piece that they make comes through me for powder coating. It's as if I just did that. Every time they work hard, I'm making money. And the harder they work, the more money I make. And it goes with all the clients I have. That's a very, very small one. But for example, some of the larger clients I have, they'll have like a team of 5-6 people just in the sales department, okay? And what this team does is they actively try and seek new clients for the big company that they're in. It's as if that team is working for me, okay? Because every time they hit a new deal that involves, hundreds or thousands more pieces that they have to produce, and since those pieces are coming through me for some of the work, that team is now working for me. That team, if you can imagine, let's say the salary is anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000 each employee in that sales team. We're talking about a salary of hundreds of thousands of dollars of hard work that's being put in every single day from that one company that is, in a way, working for me, for my benefit, for my company's benefit, because they're out there hunting, researching, working. There's a whole team of them. And every time they hit a new deal, it's like, okay, now I'm making more money every month because they hit a new deal. They now have more business, and that business has to come through me because we supply the powder coating solutions for them. So now, if I was just looking for individuals and, I get Bob to come to my shop and drop off some wheels, and I do his wheels and he's happy and he's gone, and I don't see Bob again, or I see him next year with a strut bar or something, what kind of business am I gonna have? I'm not gonna have a massive, expandable, scalable business. I might do okay, but I don't have multiple people in multiple different businesses working on their business, which then means that my business is being worked on, because when they expand, I expand. And my duty is to show them the appreciation. And we do that by getting things done on time, quality always being perfect, pricing being competitive, communication being perfect. And what I mean by that is that if they ask you something, you don't wait till the next day to respond, especially with these big clients. You get back to them immediately. We do that by doing all those things. That's our part. That's how you maintain the business. So in conclusion, guys, focus on doing the work once and getting a lot of business out of it afterwards, and maintaining that one thing you did. That's a trick that I learned after about 3 years. The first 3 years not doing that trick, I was struggling a lot, and I slowly figured that trick out just through trial and error. And as soon as I figured it out, things just been skyrocketing ever since because of what we talked about. It keeps multiplying. And stick to that trick. Hopefully that was helpful. If it wasn't helpful, I apologize. I'm no genius. I'm just sharing a few things that have worked for me, and hopefully it helps one of you. Thank you for watching. Until next time.